Hello, I'm Reverend Eric Strader, one of the pastors here at First United Methodist Church. I want to give you a framework for Lent. We are going to spend each week during our pulpit points talking about 3 thoughts, give you 2 quotes, and 1 question before you get to Sunday morning. So, our conversation today is about salvation. Salvation is defined as deliverance from something. Typically, it's something bad, it's harmful. And Christianity has taught us that new life comes from the death of Jesus. Jesus died for you. This is what's known as atonement theology. And when we discuss salvation in the cross, there are 3 big questions I find we want answered. 1, what are we being saved from? Did God set up a system that requires death, even the death of his son? Or was the death an adopted event, like making lemonade from lemons? Is salvation about saving us from sin? And is it big sins or like small sins? Like when I was 11 and I stole a lollipop from King Soopers. In Kansas, it was called Dillon's. But is that why Jesus died, to save me from the lollipop? Or what is this thing called sin? The second thought is, since salvation is about what's next, it's most often framed around heaven and hell. And most of us would say, don't you want an afterlife? I mean, I do, but the afterlife's also problematic in its relationship to salvation. Because the inevitable result of being saved for the afterlife is that Christianity becomes a religion of requirement and not transformation. And that means we focus on our behavior to avoid rather than behavior that improves this world. It also builds an argument that salvation is something that separates us from getting in and from those who don't get in. But the final problem for me with salvation that's focused on an afterlife is it has nothing to do with here and now. Its focus is that earth just really doesn't matter because the whole goal is afterlife. And I think Jesus was focused on here and now as much as he was talking about what's next. The final thought is a big one. Why did Jesus have to die? The truth is, death is the engine of life. Everything dies. The chicken you had in your burrito died. Plants die and regrow every spring. Every day you have cells in your body that die. And Jesus said, in that death there is life. Unless a kernel of wheat falls onto the ground and dies, it remains but a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many others. 2 quotes. James Baldwin says, there is never time in the future in which we will work out our salvation. The challenge is in the moment. The time is now. And Pope Francis has said that salvation is a gift from God, not something that can be earned. He has said that Jesus is the light and salvation for all people. So the question for you is this: what do you need saved from? If you want, you're welcome to email me a response. I'd love to hear. We'll see you Sunday to dive further into a conversation about salvation. And I'll be teaching a class this Sunday at 10 a.m. all through Lent about the meaning of the cross, because there is more than one way to answer each of these questions above. We'll see you Sunday.